Winnie Mae's is Vermilion's full-service Aveda salon and spa, located in the heart of historic downtown Vermilion.
Coming up on Coyote News, a campus residence hall is implementing new safety measures.
Plus, we tell you why one building's smell is distracting for students. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Cecilia Gillen.
And I'm Carter Holfer. We'll get to those stories and more. But first,
Hurricane Michael began pounding the Florida Panhandle with crashing waves and winds of 150 miles per hour today and hit land this afternoon around 2.
Michael is the most powerful storm on record to menace the roughly 200-mile stretch of fishing towns. The storm quickly sprang from a tropical depression to a Category 4 hurricane earlier today. More than 375,000 people have been urged to evacuate. However, emergency authorities say that many are ignoring the warnings.
Forecasters say Michael will unleash damaging wind and rain all the way into the Carolinas, which are still recovering from the flooding of Hurricane Florence. On October 17th, Canada will become the second largest country with a legal marijuana marketplace. The legalization is fueled by a desire to bring the black market into a regulated tax system after nearly a century of prohibition. At least 109 legal pot shops are expected to open across the nation, with many more to come. Federal taxes will total $1 per gram, or 10%. Agribusiness giant Monsanto is challenging a jury's $289 million verdict in favor of a school groundskeeper. Dwayne Johnson says Roundup weed killer caused his cancer. The case is facing its first court test today. Attorneys for Monsanto says that Johnson failed to prove that Roundup caused his lymphoma. So, Nick, please tell me we're not going to see any of the snow that western South Dakota has had.
Well, there's no snow in our forecast, Cecilia, but temperatures are going to stay pretty low. Right now, it's 40 degrees outside. The high for today was 42 with some sprinkles and patches of fog. Tonight, the rain will stop, but the temperature is going to drop to a blustery 31 degrees. Tomorrow, we'll have a high of 44 and will be mostly sunny. The low will be 30. Friday will be mostly cloudy with a high near 49 and a low around 37. Saturday will be partly sunny with a high near 55. And for the first night football game since 2009, the evening will be mostly cloudy with a low of 33. So make sure to pack your jacket for tailgate. And that's your Coyote weather.
Thanks, Nick. It may be a lot easier than you think for strangers and potential threats to get into some dorms on campus. But as Coyote News' Laurel Kettlehut tells us, new security measures are helping change that.
Residence halls such as North Complex and Burgess and Norton require students to swipe or tap their IDs to enter the building and the floor they live on. While this provides the proper security, a residence hall on campus just started enforcing these procedures Friday, October 5th. Brookman Hall resident Heidi Schneider says she feels safer with the new security.
It's nice that, just because our floors are so open, you walk in, you can go to whatever floor you want. It's nicer to have it locked during the day just because, especially since we're on Dakota Street, I think it's a busier street, so it's nicer to have it locked during the day.
Brookman Hall now keeps its entrance doors locked continuously until further security measures are assessed. Reporting for Coyote News, I'm Laurel Kettlehut.
If you have any questions or concerns regarding housing security, you can contact them at usd.edu/housing.
Trying to get high bar scores is already difficult, but law school students have a whole new distraction to worry about. Starting in late September, USD's law school has been experiencing plumbing issues, causing their bathrooms to close temporarily. Now the bathrooms are open and functional again, but an odor still remains. University facilities did not reply to comment, but according to the Argus leader, conditions are improving, though students will still have to deal with a slight lingering odor for some time. You can check the Argus leader's website for more information. Coming up, the Counseling Center has been trying its best to accommodate students in need. Find out more after the break.
years in downtown Vermilion, providing entertainment Tuesdays through Sundays. A proud supporter of USD Student Media.
This is Coyote News.
Many students deal with stress, anxiety, and even depression. A recent report from the Anxiety and Depression Association of America indicates it's happening across the country. Here at USD, counselors are accommodating any student facing these issues, but there may be a wait. USD students have been trying to get into counseling sessions, but are faced with a 1 to 2 week waiting period. Staff counselor Constance Bergen says that this is a normal occurrence across the country.
Ever since I've been full-time at the Student Counseling Center, there has been an increase of demand for services every single year. And that's not unique to our university, that's statewide, nationwide. It just becomes more and more of an issue with behavioral health services for college students.
The AADA says 1 in 5 young adults suffer from anxiety and depression. 46% of those experiencing symptoms within the last year never received counseling. Bergen says they're doing the best they can, and on-call counselors are available for any emergencies.
Vermilion and the South Dakota Department of Transportation recognize the importance that bicycles play in the overall transportation system, which is why the City of Vermilion has designed a bicycle master plan. Coyote News' Jackson Pichardo tells us how it'll make easier for those who use bikes.
A bicycle master plan is a planning and policy document that will guide the region's investment in bicycle infrastructure and programs for Vermilion. I sat down with Jose Dominguez, the city engineer, to discuss what the project will accomplish.
There's a lot of aspects to it, and all of these aspects the master plan will try to address or offer some idea of how to educate the public and so forth, whether it be with banners and maybe having a little class here and there in the summer for kids. Or
once the bike plan is in place, it will achieve what Dominguez refers as the 3 E's: engineering, educate, and enforcement. For the project to be put into effect, it will take more than 5 years due to funding. Dominguez says that the USD Bike Initiative is a pretty good start, and it will be even better if Vermilion had more locations with bikes available. For Coyote News, I'm Jackson Pichardo.
Once the master plan is complete, construction will begin with other projects for Vermilion.
Alpha Xi Delta welcomed its alumni with open arms during D-Days to celebrate their ribbon cutting of their new house. For many alumni, Alpha Xi Delta had a big impact on their college career. Alumna Mary Duncan says it changed her life.
I know that my energy has come from knowing that everything I've done in my life and career has been because of the opportunities I received as a member of Alpha Xi Delta.
Although it's a new house, President Emily Badura says the connections between sisters are still the same.
Doesn't matter, this isn't the house that they were in, but the sisterhood is the same, and the things that we do are the same because we're all under Alpha Xi Delta. So.
The sorority house's demolition and reconstruction has taken a year to complete.
USD Center for Diversity and Community will present Michael Reyes, a Chicano-Mexicano poet, as the National Hispanic Heritage Month keynote speaker tomorrow. Reyes will host a workshop that will focus on writing for social justice, pulling from his background as an activist and poet. The workshop will take place in the afternoon in the Muck in room 219 from 3 to 4. He will also hold a performance of his work from 7 to 9 in Farber Hall. These events are free and open to the public. Coming up, 3 professors are using music to make a name for themselves around the world. Find out more after the break.
This is Coyote News.
Performing 19th and early 20th century American music, the Rollins Piano Trio here at USD has a world-renowned reputation. The trio performs in the U.S. and abroad, including Taiwan, Panama, and South Korea.
It's no translation. You can be Romanian, German, American, and you can play your music wherever on the planet, and everybody will understand it because it doesn't need translation.
The next time the Rollins perform will be October 14th at the Colton Recital Hall in the Fine Arts Building.
Many people like to exercise before the sun rises, and one fitness program at the Wellness Center is offering more than just the essentials. Climb Strong Boot Camp is offered every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 in the morning at the Wellness Center. But climbing isn't the only goal of the class.
When I was a sophomore, we had a climbing team here, and so I wanted to do something similar to that, but offer it more so to just anybody looking to get better.
The class also brings in a personal trainer from time to time, helping climbers build their muscles. Zwart says he hopes to push climbers to their potential and motivate them to find the fun in the sport of climbing. For more information about the Climb Strong Boot Camp, visit the Wellness Center.
The Alzheimer's Association says 5.7 million people are living with dementia. Coyote News' Nathan Finster is live in the muck with someone who's hoping to help families that are affected by the disease. Nathan?
That's right, Cecilia. The South Dakota Department of Health says that 19,000 South Dakotans are dealing with dementia, and they say this number is expected to rise to 21,000 by 2025. I'm here with Rebecca Cooper, who's going to do a dementia education class to teach people how to take care of people with dementia. Thanks for joining me, Rebecca. So why did you decide to do this event, and why do you think events like this are important to do?
So this event is part of my community project. I'm part of the FARM program, which stands for Frontier and Rural Medicine. So I'm doing my third year of medical school training out in Vermilion here. And so part of that is doing a community project that we thought would impact the community in a positive way regarding healthcare. So because of what you said, the prevalence of dementia, and how common it already is. And with our older population getting older and living longer, I think it's only going to increase, like you said. And I think that all of us in some way are impacted by this disease. So this is just a way to talk to people about what this really means and how to communicate, how to interact with these people on a regular basis.
And what are some of the skills that people are going to learn in this event?
Yeah, so the big thing is, the first part is just about education. So what dementia really is and what it really isn't. So I think there are some common misconceptions out there. So the first thing is just talking about that. And then beyond that, one of the biggest issues with dementia is communication. So the patients with dementia have a really hard time communicating their needs, their desires, what they want with their family members, and vice versa. Family members have a really hard time understanding what's going on and how to deal with difficult things as they age, as their memory declines, as behaviors get more difficult. So the biggest thing is really just learning how to communicate with these patients and how to deal with some of those things as they get a little more difficult.
And why do you think these skills like learning how to communicate is so important for just anyone to know?
Because I think that it's becoming so common. So 1 in 3 seniors dies with this disease. And so I think a lot of us are going to be affected as we get older, as we know people, our parents, our grandparents. And so I think having just a basis of understanding of what this is and how to deal with it is going to be so important as we get older.
All right, thank you, Rebecca. The event will be tomorrow at 6:30 at the Sanford Vermilion. Live in the muck, Nathan Finster, Coyote News.
Thanks, Nathan. Cooper's here with sports. The football team had a big win this weekend.
That's right, Cecilia. We'll have the highlights of that game and more next in sports.
spilling over into other areas of your life. So lessons that we learn on the mat seem to go with us when we walk out the door. And yoga teaches us to listen to our bodies, to ask for permission, and to learn ways of healing and balancing our bodies.
This is Coyote News.
Welcome back. I'm Cooper Seamer.
And I'm Tel Tanner. Tonight on Coyote Sports, we have highlights of the Dakota Days football games.
Plus, we talked to a record-breaking athlete. But first, the MLB playoffs have advanced to the League Championship Series as the Red Sox defeated the Yankees last night.
In the National League, the Dodgers will take on the Brewers, and in the American League, the Red Sox will face the Astros. The 5-game series will begin on Friday night.
The Kyle swimming and diving team broke 5 records in their season opener on Friday. Sabrina Sabadianu led the way for the Coyotes in breaking 3 of the 5 records on her own. The Coyotes went on to win 14 of the 16 events in the meet against Minnesota State. Single-game tickets for both the men's and women's basketball teams will become available starting on Monday morning. Ticket prices will range from $13 to $15 and can be purchased through goyotes.com or at the Coyote ticket office.
The football team played their homecoming game on D-Days behind a sellout crowd of more than 10,000 people on Saturday. The Coyotes found their momentum early and jumped out to a 7-0 lead over the Bears, behind 1 of 3 rushing touchdowns by running back Ben Klett. After back-and-forth scoring from both teams, the Yotes found themselves down 17-21 at the half. They would come storming back in the second half with 10 unanswered points to regain the lead. Despite the offensive breakout from both teams, it was the Coyotes' defense that prevailed to give the Yotes a 35-28 win on Dakota Days. The team will look to keep their momentum as they take on Northern Iowa Saturday night.
It was a busy weekend for the Coyotes volleyball team as they took on Denver on Friday for a battle for first place. Despite battling the Pioneers in 3 sets, the Coyotes fell to Denver 3-0 for their first Summit League loss of the season. Sunday was a different story, though, as the Yotes traveled to take on rival South Dakota State. There were no signs of struggle in the matchup as the Coyotes cruised 3 straight sets for the sweep. Haley Dotseth led the Coyotes with 16 kills, including her 1,000th kill as a Yote. The mark makes Dotseth just the 5th player in school history to have 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs. The team will look to carry the momentum on their next matchup against undefeated Omaha on Friday.
Coyote athletes work very hard every day in practice and attend countless competitions over the course of a season. What do the athletes do to recover quickly and be ready for the next practice or competition? Coyote News' Seth Jones went to the Dome to find out.
The Coyote athletic teams received a new athletic training room when the SCSC was opened in 2016. Athletic trainer Kelly Rickey met with me to tell me more about what the new facilities add to the quality of treatment.
So I'd say the biggest thing is we're able to give more time and attention to different athletes because we have more space to do so. And then that allows us more time with individual athletes.
In addition to more space, the new training room includes both hot and cold tubs as an option for athletes to recover more quickly. Kelly Rickey also told me what the benefits to using this new technology are.
So there's a lot of controversy between whether ice is actually beneficial or not. And the cold tub is basically just another version of cryotherapy, which is cold therapy. And most places just use the ice tubs, or ice bags, but we have the option to use the ice tub. So it just kind of helps relieve the soreness. Some of it's mental, but some of it actually helps.
An underwater treadmill was added to the hydrotherapy room, which is a piece of equipment used by post-surgery athletes to more quickly recover, as it can allow the athlete to run or walk with up to as little as 33% body weight. For the Sports Report, I'm Seth Jones.
Rickey also said that rolling out right after and before practice to loosen up muscles is one of her go-to treatment options.
The men's golf team earned a top 10 finish at the Paintbrush Invitational in Colorado this weekend. Matt Tolan paved the way for the Yotes with 2 rounds under par to finish the tie for 6th place. Scott Fudenberg followed up with a 25th place, while Tate Ahrens and Ben Hicks rounded out the team with 47th and 55th, respectively. The men's team will take part in their last tournament of the fall at the Visit Stockton Invitational October 25th.
After a big week of Coyote sports, 3 athletes earned awards in their respective sports. In football, Andrew Gray earned his 2nd straight Summit League Defensive Player of the Week award. Along with the league award, Gray's 9-tackle, 3-turnover performance also earned him national recognition as the FCS National Defensive Player of the Week. In soccer, Taryn Labrie claimed her 2nd Offensive Player of the Week award after tallying 5 points over the 2 Coyote victories this weekend. Labrie now ranks 3rd in the league with 13 points. In swimming, Sabrina Sabadianu was named Summit League Swimmer of the Week after breaking 3 records in the season-opening meet this week. Sabadianu broke records in the 100 and 200 backstroke, as well as the 200 individual medley.
Well, tell the Coyotes are going to have a big weekend on and off the court.
That's right. I caught up with one of the leaders of the volleyball team to talk about their success. History was made this past weekend as Haley Dotseth became the 5th player in Coyotes history to reach 1,000 career kills and 1,000 career digs. I'm here with her now. Okay, Haley, how does it feel to have your name mentioned among the Coyote elite?
I mean, I just really love this program and this school as a whole, so to be able to be up there with people who made this program great is just, it's an honor.
Not only did you accomplish this feat, but you did it against our rival, SDSU. What was the environment like there when you broke 1,000?
I think our team did a really good, they really cheered really loud, and I honestly didn't even know which point it was until I heard that. So, and then we had a bunch of parents and fans there. Our traveling parents are really nice, so it was just, I don't know, super cheery, I guess.
That's good. Looking to the future now, we have 5-0 Omaha coming to town this weekend. How are we preparing for them?
Well, we have a week full of really good practice, and so we'll get a good scouting report together and see what we can do against them. They're a good team.
All right. Thank you very much, Haley. Once again, this weekend, we have 5-0 Omaha coming to town on Friday night. You can catch us there. For Coyote News, I'm Tel Tanner in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center.
Coming up after the break, we ask students their favorite part about D-Days. Their answers next.
I'm here with Oakley. She's 5 months old, super soft and super feisty. Her adoption fee is $65, so if you want to meet her and all her friends, you can come down to the Heartland Humane Society. What are you doing?
This is Coyote News.
From Yotes Got Talent to the big football game, last week was filled with activities for students during homecoming week.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students what their favorite part about Dakota Days was.
Here's what they had to say.
I like the 3-day weekend, though. That was pretty nice. Yeah, and there's a lot of free stuff. That was pretty nice, too.
Not drinking. All the extra sleep I got on Monday.
My favorite part about D-Days was probably just spending time with my friends and hanging out all weekend, doing nothing.
The parade. I really enjoyed it. It was fun to march in.
My favorite part about D-Days was tailgate because all of our friends from our hometown got to come and got to hang out, so it was a good time.
It's ending because I was too tired of hangover.
Tailgate, easily. It was super fun. Like, the speakers were super loud at out. It was great. Good time.
Can I say drinking every day of the week? Drinking every day of the week?
There's a lot of social events, so it's a good excuse to put yourself out there.
The game was great, especially with the fact that we kicked State's butt. That's always a plus.
I'm probably just getting to hang out with all my friends.
My favorite part about D-Days was the football game and the tailgate. Go Yotes.
I mean, I'm a big football guy myself, so I'd have to agree. Football, #1 for D-Days.
Football game was awesome, and so is that 3-day weekend. It's always nice to sleep in on a Monday.
Certainly all of it. Be sure to pick up a new issue of the Volant, out today with a story about how Vermilion citizens are upset with walking violations on Cherry Street.
That's all for Coyote News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
And be sure to watch and listen for Coyote News daily updates throughout the week on KAOR and the Coyote News social media pages.
Thank you and have a great night.